So my name's John, and I'm the Master and Fleet Manager for Sea Darwin CTV. We are owned by TV Enterprises, so an indigenous-owned company on the TV Islands. They took over this operation a couple of years ago. They bought it from a private owner, and the idea is to establish the tourism and commercial ventures that we have here, and then take what we know over to the TV Islands in order to provide job opportunities for the young TV kids. So this vessel is called Flatback, and it is 14 meters long. It has a 4.5 meter beam, and we are powered by 4 300 horsepower V8 Mercurys, just recently fitted. So we have done about 500 hours since we were repowered, and so far the motors have been faultless. So the power to weight ratio for this boat is perfect. Features like active trim, that enables us to perform in any kind of sea state, and the management system just takes over and it calculates where we're at with list or trim and adjusts accordingly. This is quite phenomenal for us. As you can imagine, being an older skipper, we're not really used to this kind of technology, and so when I first got on board it was like, okay, what's this all about? But as we've experimented with it, played with it, we've come to realize that it has a lot of benefits. So particularly things like getting off tight spots off the pontoon, where you have a vessel astern, a vessel forward, and you need to pretty much come out parallel to the pontoon without bumping anything or anyone. That works perfectly. Turn on a dial, it has that facility. Probably not as accurate as splitting the sticks, but certainly works in calm conditions, mild conditions. It performs superbly. Based on fuel economy and the statistics that were coming out, that they decided that they would swap over and run Mercuries. I find that 22 knots, so sitting at just under 3,600 RPM, gives us about a 90 litre per hour burn across all 4 outboards, which is, you can't really wish for better than that. Anything over 25 knots, you notice a significant burn rate. So over 25, once your RPM creep up around 4,000, yeah, it burns significantly more fuel, but you also get a lot more speed. One of the cool features about this setup here is that you can actually run all 4 outboards off one lever, and that just gives you equal RPM across all 4. There's always a little bit of a discrepancy with 2 levers, so your RPM will change a little bit based on the two levers. It's never quite synchronized the same, so we just pull them back. And into neutral, give it a moment, and then there's a button here that just says 1 lever. So we press that and it tells us now that we can operate with 1 lever all 4 outboards. So, and now our RPM is exactly the same across all 4. I was on board when they did the sea trials, and from the moment it hit the water to the moment we tied up at the pontoon, really it's been faultless. These guys really know their stuff. So Callan and the lads, obviously Mick at the helm, they support us tremendously well. We've had a few issues where we've picked up sand out at an island just through the nature of our work. We had a few overheating issues, and they sent Matty, one of their technicians, down on a Saturday morning, and within hours he had it sorted, had us back on the water. So really crucial for us not to have downtime with our vessels, and these guys they're fantastic. Callan, you ring him up, you tell him you've got some issues, he'll either talk it through over the phone or he FaceTimes, watches what the screen's doing, So the support, the after sales support is just brilliant. Obviously, servicing 4 outboards is always going to hit you in the pocket a bit. But the guys at Precision Marine, look, we couldn't have hoped for better bunch of blokes to look after our mechanical side of things. We have a technician over on the island, over on Tiwi Islands, who Mick and Cullen in particular have supported to come over and observe the services and partake so that he can do the minor services. So that saves us a fair bit. Obviously Precision Marine will still do the major services and any major breakdowns, but their willingness to allow our technicians to participate in the overall maintenance and management of the outboards is second to none. Just brilliant. Yeah, so right now I've just plotted where the vessel is that we're going to. So I'm going to take it to the Mercury autopilot rather than the Simrad heading. So I'm just going to hit the start button. It's asking me if I would like to start the Mercury autopilot, and I'm going to say yes, start, confirm, and then it'll pick up its heading, and the vessel that we're going to is out there. Yep. So it'll then put me on the course. So there's my target, and it'll tell me the time to the waypoint, which is that there is 14 minutes, and my distance is just over 5 nautical miles. So crucial for us as well, because we need to let the captain of that vessel know that we're heading to his vessel and how long it's going to take us to get there so that they can prepare the boarding ladder. With the volume of work that we do, so our business is split between commercial work, which is what we're doing right now, and tourism out on the harbour. It's imperative for us to have that peace of mind knowing that if we have a failure, they'll sort that out within 24 hours. So we can't afford downtime, same as any business, downtime costs. But knowing that we have that warranty, that ability for them to swap anything over if it should fail within that period of time is just peace of mind. And also it allows our finance team to budget in terms of maintenance and replacement. So looking at how these motors perform over a period of time, how long we can keep them performing before they start to cost more than what they are worth to replace. So that's something yet to be determined. I've been talking to some of the skippers here in Darwin, and they reckon they've got over 10,000 hours out of their Mercuries, which is pretty much unheard of in a commercial space. Yep. But we'll see how we go. I really love Olive Ridley. I like the V10s. It's hard to compare because it has 3 and Flatback has 4, so there's always going to be that bit of a discrepancy as to what is better, a 300 V8 or a 350 V10. We can't fault the operation on Olive Ridley with the V10 350s. They perform superbly. They have over 1,000 hours on them. So it does have a few fancy little features on it. So you can start this in normal engine mode, or you can start it with sports exhaust. So for a bit of a thrill for our passengers, we get the skippers to start it in sports exhaust. Just has that grunty, throaty start to it, which makes everyone filled with anticipation what's going to happen next. It has a really sexy sound to it. Yeah, very comfortable ride, very dry boats, and if it does get windy and wet, we've got the clears that we can drop down. So yeah, fantastic boats. So when we do, for instance, a bombing of Darwin tour, so that's taking clients around the harbour and showing them various targets that the Japanese targeted on the 19th of February 1942. So we have commentary, we have a guide on board doing commentary, and the fact that you can barely hear the outboards makes that commentary so much clearer. A lot of the demographic of our clientele are usually 50 and above for that particular tour. and so they may be a bit hard of hearing, but because these motors are so quiet, they're able to hear their commentary without a problem at all.